Sup, bro? Long time no see.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh, how you been, man?
I've been good, man. Been good. You know.
How's that kitchen coming along?
It's coming, man.
Yeah.
Still waiting to hear back quotes and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it's a process.
Like many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah, it'll work out.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we're ready.
Yeah.
You know, I know is starting to like pack up stuff and like move it to the basement, kind of thing. You know, slowly but surely.
So it's happening.
Yeah. So it's good. How about you?
Oh, I'm good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I kind of turned the corner with some of the preschool stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like before it happens, you start to get like the first month before you actually go back to school, you're like, oh, how am I ever going to do this?
Right.
And then it's just like, you know, you're like, oh, it's going to be just like last year.
Yeah.
Everything was fine.
Frickin' school.
Yeah, I mean, just like
Like every year.
a little level above, but I'm a little level above. You know, I'm constantly improving, and I've set up. I've made sure that everything that I need to do is set up. You know, like we're doing good things with the podcast, and we've expedited a lot of processes, and it's looking great.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and I started some starter.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so for everybody at home that isn't like very bread savvy, you just take flour and water, put it outside, and the yeast and bacteria in the air will start to colonize in the flour and water. Then you cover it, and then you just feed it with warm flour and water through a couple days, and eventually you have what's called a bread starter. So instead of using like dried yeast, you use that to raise your bread, and that's how you make sourdough bread. I put on the Instagram actually a picture of the starter and a picture of my heirlooms.
Oh yeah, those heirlooms are gorgeous.
Yeah, they turned out really well this year.
Mine are still green. I'm kind of bummed out about it. Like they're huge.
Yeah,
they're just fucking green.
They turn quick, man.
And it's just like I stare at them every day, and I'm like, dude, really? Come on, man. Like, and they're just like hanging. And it's like, dude, okay, you're just gonna be fucking green the whole fucking time. Like I'm fucked.
Well, then you could make fried green tomatoes if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not
of
a big
fried green
fan,
tomatoes.
man.
Especially with heirlooms, that would be such a waste.
Yeah,
they'll come though.
It's just the waiting game, man.
Yeah. Because I have some plants that are behind.
I mean, it's a nice fucking solid ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
I know all about it. I know all about it.
Yeah. So yeah.
But no, yeah. So the heirlooms are coming out, and then I have I took some fig balsamic that I got from Whole Foods, and I reduced that down, and then Iron Shoe Farms, little plug for Iron Shoe.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call Carla, and I'm gonna get some Minnesota made burrata, and I'm going to make.
The stuff was really good.
Yeah. Oh, and then I have basil. I have lemon basil, cinnamon basil, and
how's that look?
Greek columnal basil, and then Aristotle basil, which is the tiny little leaves.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't even have to, like, chiffonade it for bruschetta. So I'm going to do from scratch Minnesota bruschetta.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I should do that next year. Grow that basil.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
And I'll put a picture up on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Because it's seriously, like, you know when you pick basil when it's really young so that you don't have to cut it? It's just that its whole life, but it's like
Dude,
a
that's
bush.
So awesome. That's awesome.
A bush of it.
So it's like a thyme almost. Like, is it bigger than the thyme leaf?
It's smaller than the thyme leaf.
Ooh.
Well, maybe about the same size as
awesome.
the actual leaf of the thyme.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it grows out in like a big bushel. So all you have to do is and it all like falls into the bowl that you have underneath it. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I would suggest it. Yeah.
Yeah. S just got she just went on this like heirloom site and got like 5,000-year-old beans and stuff like that. Like yesterday. Yeah, I'll have her get the link for
seeds. She got seeds.
Seeds.
See, okay, so maybe this is why your tomatoes are a little bit behind mine this year. I had to go to a greenhouse to get my plants this year because of COVID.
I remember that. Yeah, and
Remember?
I did mine from seed.
Yeah.
And I was late.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do them. S did them. I want to make that clear. Just want to make all that clear. Like I had nothing to do with any of it. babe? Huh? Yeah?
No, I mean, I wouldn't have thought any differently, to be honest with you.
Well, right.
You know, I'm not that you're not capable, but
It's just not my bag.
I know, I know who's doing the actual. Oh, it pertains to work.
Yeah.
Who it's working? Okay, so S is doing it. Yeah. No, but it is. It's a good like way to realize how different from scratch cooking is when you made the starter, you grew the tomatoes, you made the you grew the basil, a farmer near you
Say the customers make their own rules. Let's talk data. Only Xfinity
What do you
Mobile
think
lets you
that
switch up
is?
your wireless
I don't know.
I accept. Next item, powerhouses for everyone. Switch to Xfinity Mobile and save.
What is that?
Do you have any idea what that is?
The new restaurant is coming to North.
Oh. This guy over here.
Well, I was on a Care 11 site.
On Pornhub or something.
No, I was on the Care 11 site for Yi Vang because we're going to be talking about his new brick and mortar that he acquired, and it just played either an ad or
Bastards.
something. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You know,
That'll happen.
It kind of put a stick in the mud in terms of what we were talking about.
I don't even remember.
Bruschetta-wise, we were talking about bruschetta, man. But maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's like a good motion to like, hey, move on with the conversation.
Right.
Maybe that's what the universe was
Yeah.
trying to tell us.
Well, on that note, welcome to, Minnesota Well Done. Thanks for joining us. I'm Seth. This is Christos.
Hey, I'm Christos. Welcome to Minnesota Well Done. Thanks for tuning in again this week. We have some awesome themes and segments to talk to you about.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an information chock full week.
It is.
Yeah. So let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
I want to talk about pizza farms.
I fucking love pizza farms.
Okay, so I've never been to one.
What?
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you had been to one. Mm-mm. See, I've never been to one in Minnesota.
Okay.
I didn't know really that. I thought kind of the food standard, kind of like safety stuff. I didn't think it was necessarily allowed here quite yet when I went to them. Mm-hmm. But I went to them in Wisconsin.
Okay.
And it's cool. Like you went up and, you ordered your pizza. Back then it was kind of more of like a donation kind of thing.
Okay.
So, you donated the money. It was a suggested donation. But you paid for the pizza, obviously.
Right.
But it's at a farm. They have all their farm fresh things. Like we did at Farm Series. They use all their own ingredients, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have a picnic on their lawn and eat the pizza, walk around the farm. Some of them do tours. It's just cool.
That's awesome.
Like it's just a real like that tasting we had up at Iron Shoe Farms. It's just like that, but pizza.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could say it's a pop-up, but it's not.
Right. Well, it would actually be closer to a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's just super cool. Like
licensing is probably a little different, but
the one I went to, they had their own sausage and all that stuff. So it was just like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
It was really fun.
Oh, they had their own sausage, man.
Yeah.
So it was from their pigs then.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like start to finish. I'm not sure where they got their cheese, but I mean, they are in Wisconsin, so
yeah.
Well, probably somewhere super local.
Right. That was kind of like what happened at Iron Shoe. Is like the cheese that we got was from a place down the road. Instead, she didn't run a dairy, but the dairy literally down the road.
Yeah.
That's where they sourced everything
but
from.
It's just a super cool, you just go and hang out, and it's community, it's family-like, just eat cheese and pizza and drink wine and hang outside.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like what everybody's trying to embody in their restaurant is embodied in that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's much more doable than what some people are trying to do with their restaurants.
I think it's
nowadays.
extremely doable. It's just, finding, I mean, I want to do it. personally. Like
Right.
that's been my goal for a long time, was to do a pizza farm, just because of sustainability.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like us making money off the pizza. Like we hope to make money off it, but the real reason is, we would have the stuff that we need to survive.
Yeah.
Sustainably.
Right.
And that's the whole point that we want to do it.
Right.
And kind of just like show people that, man, this is what it could be, and that's what these people are doing too.
Yeah.
And I think the more you have, the better people get to realize that shit. You don't have to fucking go to Applebee's.
Yeah, I mean,
or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know where I was going with that.
I hear what you're saying with it, because it's like, I think that, and this came up when we talked to Jack too, where Jack is like, well, how do you scale it up? And it's like, well, you don't.
You don't scale it up.
You don't scale it up. That's the
thing.
point. To have a effective pizza farm, you don't have to have 40 acres of land.
Oh, hell no.
You have to have, what, 5?
We're looking for 5.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for right now.
I mean, and like if you look at the history of the human race in terms of like how our agriculture has changed over the years, that's what it used to be, is like, each family or unit of people, they grew their stuff for themselves.
Right.
And then any excess would go to people in the cities.
Yep.
And there was still division of labor, and certain people would have certain crafts and stuff like that. And I'm not necessarily saying let's go back 500 years.
Oh, I'm not either.
But that's the cool thing about this pizza farm, is it's kind of it's intertwining what we have as a modern society with a more sustainable outlook on how to run things. Because it's like, that was a cool thing when we went to Iron Shoe, is like, wasn't this huge operation?
Oh, it wasn't huge at all.
There was 2 people who really like ran the operation, Carla and her husband.
And that was an eye opener for me. It was like, holy shit, I could do this.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it's not a fucking pipe dream.
Yeah. And she was doing all kinds of other stuff too.
Right.
She's like, I'm opening a
she's a straight
plant.
gangster.
Yeah, I mean, Carla's a gangster. Shout out to Carla. Yeah, we really not only appreciated the time, but we just appreciated like her being a real person.
Oh, real person.
The
and
fact that
so knowledgeable.
She's real, it gave me a lot of inspiration. I know that it gave you a lot of inspiration.
Tons, man.
Yeah. So with this pizza farm, I think it's just like that. The actual pizza aspect is like a way to continue to integrate yourself into society.
Right.
Right. People love pizza.
Yep.
You are a chef. You
Yeah.
have the ability to make people's palates sing with food that you grew yourself.
Yep.
And it'll usually be with excess food.
Yeah. And I think that's the way to do it. I the way I look at it, and it wouldn't be a high stress thing, because I mean, shit, you're just open on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like that's pretty manageable.
Yeah.
And you at least have some income coming in.
Yeah.
Pay your mortgage or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes with restaurants, if they didn't have to pay overhead, they would only be open on the weekends.
Right.
It's like if they didn't have to pay for their payroll and pay for the rent and pay for the water and electricity and all their taxes, then they would be open on the weekends, because that's when people like to come out and celebrate food, celebrate each other, intertwine themselves in pareja. It's a Greek word for friendship, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea, and I'm excited for you. I know that it's somewhat in the future, but I think it'll be cool for you, because you're so tuned in, screwed in to the restaurant community, right? Well, not just the restaurant community. I mean, we had an interview, we had a Zoom call with a chef who's doing a butchery, right? And it's like, well, now the guy who's doing charcuterie, you can put the charcuterie on your pizza, right? And it's like, if you give him an option to sell certain parts of, let's say, like he's doing some kind of special braceola for beef, that allows him to not waste that beef. So it makes his life more sustainable, your life more sustainable, and you both make a little bit of money in the process. I think it's awesome. I think it's a sweet idea, man. I'm really excited, and that's kind of part of the reason I'm so pumped to talk about it on the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right now S is just like focusing on learning to grow. That's her biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
It's just like getting it down.
Right.
You know,
the science of the garden, the soil, the different plants and the problems that they.
I mean, next year the
come
whole
into
backyard
contact
is actually all garden. So
with. That's so cool.
yeah, she has
That's
a
so cool.
whole thing set up, and it's gonna be pretty insane.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty insane.
I'm gonna have to come by next year
Yeah.
and learn
Yeah.
from you and learn from S, because
Yeah, she's learning so much.
that'll
man.
be really cool to
So-
see. I'd love to be at least a friend.
Yeah.
I don't have to be a part of it, but
Right, no,
I'd
and it
like
should
to,
be- dude, I think it's
I'd
gonna be
like to
fun.
observe it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it should be.
But yeah, Pizza Farm I think is the way, just for us to kind of still be in the restaurant business,
Yeah,
and raise our kid the way we want to raise our kid.
yeah.
So
Well, I think that's one thing that we're seeing now that COVID has happened. Well, we were seeing it before COVID, don't get me wrong. But now a lot more people are in this spot where they want to be in the restaurant industry, but they don't want to be in the restaurant industry because it's not viable anymore.
well, right.
And so we're all finding these ways to be restaurant adjacent. It's kind of like the term that I keep coming to is like me and you right now, we're restaurant adjacent.
We
right?
are.
Like we go on tours of kitchens and we
Yeah.
taste food and we talk about cooks and we have a lot of knowledge, but we're not actually doing the cooking
Right.
commercially, right? And I think that Pizza Farm is a much more tuned in, active restaurant. Way to go.
I do too.
I mean, I just don't see restaurants. So like we talked to Kevin a little bit, and I don't see how restaurants are bouncing back in like a very recognizable way.
No.
I think it's going to be very, very new, right? There's going to be these new concepts. Even food trucks are going to be food trucks are now different than they were 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Pop-ups are now different than they were 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And the restaurant's the same. We talked about how they're going to, they kind of seem to be going like this, where it's like high-end stuff is going down and low-end stuff is going up. This Pizza Farm, I think it reflects all of that.
Yep.
It reflects all of it.
It does.
I can't wait for you, because here's one thing that people watching the podcast that aren't friends of ours don't really understand. All the stuff that you do is quality.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Here's the thing, okay?
It's good, man.
He's being humble. He's being humble. You're being humble. Because Essie and you together, you make great things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you made a beautiful child together.
Well, I mean, that's 20 years there.
Yeah. It's powerful, though.
Yeah, man.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, we are too. It's just finding the spot right now. It's, where in the state,
Yeah.
So we don't want to obviously stomp on anybody else's Pizza Farm glory.
Yeah.
That's true, though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
I want to be somewhere where there's not any around,
Yep.
No,
that makes sense.
but, I mean, they're popping up everywhere. Yeah.
Are they popping up everywhere? I mean, I
There's a
know
lot of
there's Alpha and Omega. Is that what Kim's is?
That's what-
Kim Hayes?
Yep, that's what Kim's is, and that's in Princeton.
Okay. Shout out to Alpha and Omega Pizza Farm.
Yeah,
Where-
and we'll make it up there at some point.
We'll head out there.
Yeah.
Things are crazy right now, but
Yeah.
we'll make it out there, Kim.
Yeah, but I know there's a few more in Minnesota, which I didn't think that there was.
Yeah.
Because we were originally looking at land in Wisconsin because that's where we thought
Yeah.
we had to be for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's like shit. Let's look up a Duluth or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, also too, it's like with a pizza farm, like there's other things that you can do, right? Like there's a way that you can make it not just a pizza farm.
yeah,
So
I mean,
it's
we probably she wants to sell like flowers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we'd have a market stand of sorts, but. I mean, my biggest thing would probably be the pizza farm. That
Yeah.
would be but that's
But you
what I
wouldn't.
do.
Would you do any other dishes there? I mean, because you'd have a kitchen right in front of you. I mean, you could do small
I think
dishes,
I would
right?
do like
like starters and.
I think I would do
kind
like
of thing.
pastas and stuff, but I would do just dry pastas.
Yeah.
Just as like kind of what Carla's doing with her little market pantry.
Yeah.
But a little bit more artisan, I guess. I mean, a little bit more how I got brought up.
Your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
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 Because, I mean, my background is Italian. So,
Yeah.
you know.
That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited, man.
Yeah. It's in the future. But, at least we're planning something, you know. And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into considering we had the article screaming at us earlier.
Let's take a break quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm in a tie and just we're not reading off of prompters. This is.
I mean, I've contemplated ties and prompters.
Well, you'd look good in a tie.
I mean, I'd like to prompt it up on the thing there. Get another TV behind you here, one right here.
That would be a shit show.
Well, there, Christos. The weather outside is slightly gray, and we have a chance of rain.
Looks like what we're looking at this week is the Lexington, and we're going to the Lexington. And yeah, no, that's not what you're going to get here. I mean, I think that we kind of encapsulate the energy of, two line cooks after work.
Yeah.
Or two chefs after work.
That's the point.
Yeah.
All
right. So let's start talking about Yi Vang a little bit.
Yeah.
So Chef Yi Vang, we actually talked about one of his employees on our CDC sous chef segment that we did a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Quick reminder, if anybody has a CDC or a sous chef that they want to give a shout out to, send us their information and we'll put up their bio and their picture and we'll do a little segment on them on the show.
Email's right here.
Yeah. But yeah, so for Yiya, he is a Hmong chef.
Yep.
And he cooks elevated,
phenomenal food.
Authentically Hmong food.
It's so good.
And it's taken Minnesota, I think that by storm is a little cliche, but he's just come up, worked so hard, and worked in the right way. He's marketed really well. He and the food is just so on point that it speaks for itself. But he started with Union Hmong Kitchen and a food truck, and has gone. Well, the big thing is now that he has a brick and mortar.
Yes.
They started a Kickstarter for Vinai. It was sometime last year, and for a while, it was like I didn't hear anything about it, and then you sent me an article. I think it was like last week, and now I got to click on the article again because they were playing videos in the middle of it. So he's going to open in Northeast Minneapolis, and he should open in 2021.
Yeah, the spring.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm trying to find. So I think we can put a picture up of the spot, can't we?
Yes.
So we can put a picture up. It'll be at 1717 2nd Street Northeast in Bottineau neighborhood.
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, I haven't been. What was it before? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But I actually have never been either. But looking at the photo, it looks
outside,
like the outside looks beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
It's brick.
I agree. And I know that, just everything that he has done so far has been so pretty, and that's, I don't mean that in like it's pretty. I mean, it was just effectively gorgeous.
It's super gorgeous.
And so
Hmong food to start, it's gorgeous food.
It is.
It's gorgeous. It's pretty.
Yeah. It's colorful, bright.
Yeah.
I mean, the chefs always talk about eating. You eat with your eyes. You eat with your, you eat with the tactile sense of your mouth, right? The mouthfeel. And I just think that his food hits all those things.
Oh yeah.
Effortlessly.
Dude, my 19-month-old fucking loves it.
Yeah.
Like for a while there, I was getting it every week.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, oh my god! As soon as the virus hit, I'd drive over there, pick up to go, come back. That kid would be just shoveling that purple rice.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Unbelievable. And the chicken's good. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah. The fish. I mean, I mean, we can't say enough good things about it. And we just wanted to bring up it's kind of like a big thing happening in the community. V9 is finally getting a brick and mortar, so
which is great.
Hats off to you guys. Like we've said already, he's got really great talent working for him.
Yeah,
and we'll see you in spring 2021.
And I mean, in the meantime, you can get his food at Union Hmong Kitchen outside of Sociable Cider Works.
Do they do delivery?
They do not do delivery, I don't believe.
Okay.
It is just pickup.
Okay.
But hey, when you're there, you can get some cider.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's all. I mean, it's a food truck, so it's all pretty socially distanced, right?
Oh yeah, it's all outside.
Yeah. So it's all set up for this, and yeah.
Give it a shot if you haven't.
All right. So another big wig in the Twin Cities game.
The big wig with no hair.
That's a good point. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. You are bald, though.
It's true.
That's what we do on the show. We tear you up. Wait, build you up to tear you down? Is that the saying? Well, we tear you down.
Tear you down
to build you up,
because
we really actually respect you, and we're talking about Brian Ingram.
Yes.
I didn't even know who Brian Ingram was a couple months ago.
I can second that.
Yeah. I don't know if it was because he was, and I shouldn't say a couple months ago. Let's say 6 months ago.
I'd say 6
months. Right? Time has been flying in this COVID thing, so it's like 2 months, 6 months, whatever.
You never know.
Just get over it.
Yeah.
All right? My timing is not perfect.
No, never is.
So, so with Brian, I didn't really know who he was, and then when COVID hit, Public, where I was working, closed. And then we were kind of like, okay, Justin is going in with Brian Ingram to open the Gnome. And that's where we're going to be. And I'm like, oh, who's this Brian Ingram guy? Well, you had Hope Breakfast Bar out in Minneapolis. And
St. Paul.
I mean St. Paul, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's got Hope Breakfast Bar in St. Paul. And from there, he acquired the Gnome.
Yep.
He acquired Elote.
Yep.
But I guess that he had a lot to do with Truck Park.
Oh.
And he had a lot to do with, what's the place right by it? New Bohemia.
Oh, okay.
So, and then when I went in and I interviewed him, he gave me this, spiel of all the things that he's been involved with. And then, as I continued to be around just the people that I've worked with, right, and who are now in his kind of not his inner circle, but his periphery, he's got his hands on pretty much everything in St. Paul.
It's crazy.
I mean, he's making crazy moves. And he's doing it right. It's not... I don't want to give off the impression he's buying everything up. It's a monopoly, No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Not at all.
When I look at it, what he's done with the Gnome is great.
It looks beautiful. I still have yet to go in there.
Well, they're packed.
But they're packed.
They're
and,
packed.
That's one I can't go into a packed place.
That's because of COVID or because you're a chef or both. I mean,
actually both.
Yeah, both. Right.
I just don't like packed places.
Yeah.
They kind of just creep me out.
Yeah.
I just get weird. And now especially.
For me, it's I don't want to go to a restaurant when it's busy because I get stressed out. Because I've been on the other line.
And you feel bad for him, man.
Yeah.
You feel bad for him, and then you see all the customers angry and yelling or whatever there may be.
Yeah.
If there's any kind of complication, you feel for that person.
Yeah.
And I don't like seeing that. Because I'm out actually trying to enjoy myself.
Right.
And not think about your guys' feelings.
Yeah.
Which I feel.
Yeah, no, it's a very empathetic experience, especially for an opening where it's there's going to be complications because
my God.
The first couple times that they're doing anything, it's there's always going to be mistakes and food is such a complex thing to get out, and
especially opening, man. Jesus, I mean I always I actually took pride in myself. I loved opening restaurants.
Yeah.
And people are like, why do you like opening restaurants? Well, because it's fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's if you can open a fucking restaurant and you can open it up right.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck else is left?
Yeah.
You kicked ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked with Aaron, actually the CDC over at the Gnome right now, and he says almost the exact same thing where it's you get, we were talking about how you get done with service, right? and you're just tired and you're sore, but then you look and you're like, we just did that.
Yep.
We just did that.
That's the thing.
At places like, well, at the Gnome, I think right now they do like 900 a day. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. And they're doing good food. I can't really speak to the actual food as of yet because I haven't tried it. But from what I can see, they're doing good food, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just like it's hard to go into a restaurant when it's really, really busy like that.
It is.
Because it's like, you have, Dumb and Dumber over here, complaining about it taking, sometimes it's not even that bad, right? You have 20-minute ticket times, and they're like, why is it 20 minutes
But
for our
sometimes
food?
it is.
Sometimes it is.
But you can't
do anything about it.
No, and it's opening.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, if you want that kind of service, you got to wait till they're there for a while. You can't come in at open.
Yeah.
Like, when they're opening a fresh restaurant, you got to expect that there's going to be kinks that they have to work out.
Yep.
And it's probably going to take a little bit longer than normal.
I will say this. I have it on good authority that their ticket times are staying under 17 minutes at the Gnome.
That's actually amazing for 900 covers a day. And
from what it sounds like, it has a lot to do with the way that Brian runs the restaurant. Mm-hmm. He's not on the line. He's not that kind of, but the way that he sets it up, he's so organized that he's able to open a restaurant and only have 17-minute ticket times. Choose dishes that aren't gonna,
it's amazing.
Really throw a wrench in the solution or a wrench in the machine. We're planning on, we don't have anything locked in, but we're planning on having him on.
We are.
Because I know that he likes to talk about charity.
Yep.
He likes to talk about the Hope Foundation.
Yep.
Or is it, I have it up. It's givehopemn.org.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's the Hope Foundation or exactly what all the terms
I'm not sure
are, but that's what the website is. And that's the thing, is like he's doing all this like really astounding work in the business in a very turbulent, tumultuous, scary time in the business. And a lot of it is going back to the community through this foundation. Yeah. I'm going to read the mission statement, and then I think we should take another break.
Got it.
So this is the mission statement on givehopemn.org-mission. We believe everything good starts with a meal. Give Hope is a non-profit focused on helping other people every day, bringing the community together to provide support and serve those in need. See you in a couple minutes. Hey everybody, welcome back. I just want to bring up the Patreon real quick. We have our link in the description and the link down here. It's www.patreon.com/Minnesota Well Done. We have a couple tiers. We have a lot going on. We have mugs going out. And then we do a thing every week where we call out people who are in our $20 tier. And we have two new this week. We have Chef Scott Pompou and we have Chef Gavin Cashmark. Thanks, guys. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so it's time for our favorite segment of the week.
Yes.
Yelp Review Clapback is back.
All right.
So, we're going out to interview Alkis at It's Greek to meet Taverna in Perea.
Yep.
So
it's gonna be awesome.
Gonna be great. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's amazing. He's amazing. The whole place is amazing.
I can't wait to see the place.
So what we're doing on the show so far is we're like setting up the future interview with a Yelp review about that place. Mm-hmm. We don't have to do the same thing every time, but
no,
kind of gives a little bit of a little bit of a stability to an otherwise chaotic Yelp review segment, because we could do Yelp reviews on literally any restaurant because people are just dumb.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
And just not nice.
Yeah, not nice. That's a good way to put it. I think also some people don't realize how their words affect the business.
Right.
I think we're going to see with this Yelp review that
Especially.
the dude really actually, if you like read it a couple times, I think he likes the food.
I think so too.
But
I actually do think
the words he uses.
the words were actually really good. Really
what
good.
are you thinking? And it was
really good.
So I also think that we should preface our Yelp reviews with what star they gave,
Oh, I totally agree with that.
because that also affects how people look at your business, right?
Yep.
You know, it's when you get up to things like James Beard Awards or Michelin stars, which we should have a segment on in the future so people can understand how that works. It's a little bit different, but here it's like everything's averaged out.
Yep.
So if you're given a 1 star, you're taking away a
you are
lot
taking-
of work,
Yeah.
a lot of business from people.
A lot of
because
sweat.
there's some people who are at a 4 star, right? And you take them down to a 3 star, then they're an average. And some people look at a 3-star restaurant like, oh, there's got to be a lot of negative reviews there. I'm not even going to look at it.
I know actually a ton of people that do that.
Yeah.
Majority of people I would say do that actually.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
if they're using Yelp.
Yeah. I mean, but it's the same on
The boomers,
whatever.
the boomers, I think, only use Yelp. I think they're the big Yelpers.
That would make sense.
I think they're the big Yelpers.
That would make sense.
Like, I feel like my mom might use it, or dad, or, you know, like, aunts maybe. I'm not sure, but they're pretty big Yelpers. I feel like they are. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do. No, I do. Now reading these,
Yeah, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
almost
Like, I just feel like,
yeah, you just got to link into the zeitgeist of the boomers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get started on it. So this is for it's Greek to me, and this was in 2019, so it was still
Last owners.
last owners.
Yep.
This is from Cassius H.
I love that name, actually.
It is actually a very
It's a dope name.
Yeah, it's probably
If I
great.
would have named Ike, Cassius was top of the list.
really.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah. You had me.
But I know I did.
You had
I
me.
did.
Well, my name is Christos, right? So it's like, yeah, it's just a different. Like I think about names differently, you know.
Oh, dude, I get it.
Okay, so Cassius is from Coppell, Texas.
Mm.
So I don't know. I don't know what the Greek community is like in Texas. If he's ever had Greek food before, it doesn't sound.
I don't
like
even know
it.
where that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Texas.
No clue.
But he came in and tried It's Greek to Me and gave them a 3-star review. Which, it's like, when you think about it, is not that bad.
No.
But when we're going to get into the Yelp review, and we're going to tell you why we don't think it should be a 3-star review.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right, here I go. Getting into character. It was a good place. Good food. A bit pricey, but not bad overall. The potato and garlic dip was good. Worth $1 for extra pita. The vegetable dip was also pretty good. Okay, so one thing that you have to realize about Greek food is that it's not a potato and garlic dip. It's like a fermented potato garlic mash that it's high end, right? The potato garlic dip. It's not mashed. I'm sorry, dude. It's not mashed potatoes. I don't care if you don't understand.
I kind of want to try mashed potatoes with pita bread.
And the vegetable dip, what comes to your mind when you say vegetable dip?
You know that stuff you can get in the store? It's in like a plastic container.
Yep.
It says veggie dip. It's right
Yep.
next to the freedom sauce.
Yeah.
dip.
It's basically freedom sauce with dill in it, right? That's not what this is. It's actually called melanzana salata, which is obviously a hard thing to say, but I think calling it vegetable dip...
It'd be hard to spell, too. I totally get why you called it vegetable dip.
Well, it's red peppers and eggplant, so you could say red pepper dip,
Oh,
you know? But
Right.
I feel like veggie dip just doesn't do it justice.
no.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like you're dipping carrots.
I actually thought it was like a cream.
There you
The way
go.
he was talking about
That's
it.
what I'm
I was
saying.
like, oh, okay.
And so people who read this review...
Yeah, when you actually told me what it was, I was like, oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually delicious and colorful and yeah, really well balanced, the whole 9.
Well,
We're not even to the good part yet.
no, I love the good part, though.
I got the vegetable lasagna thing with eggplant. vegetable lasagna thing. He's talking about moussaka, right? You might know about moussaka. I obviously know about moussaka because I'm Greek. It's not like the most well-known food ever. But I feel like people, when they are in a foreign environment, sometimes they just like think it's comedic to not even try, right? Like, oh, it's moussaka. It's a 3-syllable thing, right? Lasagna, moussaka, right?
Hey, man.
So it's not that hard to memorize. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
No. I mean,
Am I wrong?
it's like veggie dip.
So it's moussaka. I got the vegetable lasagna thing with eggplant. It smelled terrible. Like vomit, in parentheses. Oh my god.
Wow.
Can you imagine if you got
Oh my god, dude.
a review
No, I
that
couldn't.
said it smelled like vomit?
Oh, dude, I couldn't.
That'd be so heartbreaking.
Not only that, but if I was the customer and I smelled vomit, I'd be like, wow, that's pretty intense. Man.
I'm just trying to figure out what vomit smells like to this dude.
Well, what kind of, yeah.
Because it's like,
It's from Texas. Probably knows.
oh my god.
He knows a thing or two.
I think it's just me.
That makes more sense.
Maybe you shouldn't have, put
Ordered-
it on the internet then. You know what I'm
Veggie
saying?
lasagna.
I got the vegetable lasagna thing. Maybe it was just me. It smelled like vomit. Like, I feel like you're just a word vomit, dude. God. I think it's just me. Because other restaurants' eggplant dishes have smelled similar. I forgot about
He
that
didn't
part.
say this. I didn't hear this part. God, keep going. I want to hear this.
All right, I'm going to start from the... all right, I got the vegetable lasagna thing with eggplant. It smelled terrible, like vomit, but tasted good. I think it's just me. Because other restaurants' eggplant dishes have smelled similar, and others at the table tried it
my
and thought
God.
it tasted good.
Ah! Wow. I didn't hear that part. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
You were on his side for a while. You're
I
like,
was.
hey man, if it smells like vomit, it
Yeah, I
smells
was
like
like-
vomit.
I was
Dude,
like, well,
can you
shit,
imagine? And then he's like, but also probably just me. Also, everything that smells like eggplant, I just said smells like vomit.
So, let me just get this straight. You keep on eating eggplant because you like the taste of vomit or the smell. Don't you think you just steer away from eggplant? It's like cilantro. Sometimes it tastes like soap to people.
Yeah.
Maybe that just tastes like vomit to them.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
And he's just going around. I just imagine him like, he's like, oh, this place has a new eggplant dish. Time for me to do a vomit review.
I'm in.
Just so you know, your eggplant parmesan smelled like vomit, but it tasted great. 3 stars. Ugh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a great time. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine going out to dinner with somebody and they're like,
Taste this.
it smells like vomit. Try it.
Can you guys do me a favor? Just give this a try. I feel...
Smells like vomit, right? No, but
I reckon it smells like vomit.
yeah. No, Cassius, it doesn't smell like vomit. Well, I think I'm gonna do a review and just give them a piece of my personal opinion. Oh man, yeah, I'm sorry. People in the back of the house have to deal with that. I will say from firsthand experience that the moussaka does not smell like vomit nor taste like vomit. It tastes really good. They do a really good moussaka. At its Greek to me, Taverna and Perea. All right.
That guy.
I can't keep reading it. I'm exiting out of it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm just getting mad. You know, at first it's funny, right? At first it's funny, but then you think about like the implications that this can have on a business.
Well, come on, man. Like, Don't get the goddamn eggplant, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I just have a history of thinking eggplant things smell like vomit. But like,
fuck that.
it doesn't even. You don't even like. Even if you said it doesn't smell like vomit, like the word vomit in a review, people see that.
Well, yeah, they're not reading every review. They're just scrolling and just being like, okay, what do I see? What do I see? What do I see?
Yeah.
Vomit.
Yeah.
What's this?
They're not gonna go, oh, it's just his mind.
No, they're just gonna see vomit.
So then you start to get angry about it. It's like, okay, you were ignorant about the dip. You didn't even try with any of the names, and then you said it smells like vomit, even though you have a history of thinking that eggplants smell like vomit. It's not funny anymore, dude. Just don't do the fucking Yelp review.
No,
For real.
that's too bad.
All right.
That's a bummer.
Whatever.
Yep.
New owners.
Yep.
Well, old new owners.
Old new owner.
They're doing great things.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great interview. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah.
I think that's all that we have for them this week.
I think so too.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Tune in next week.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See you.